I would say this now so that he can pick his spot, but I'm waiting for the handsome bearded man comment.
Guys, why would I, a man who on November 11th looked everyone in the face when the Bills were at 500 and had an 8% chance of winning the division, guys now after I said, and you have the tape, right? You have the tape?
Hopefully.
Mark my words, the Bills will win the AFC East this season. The Bills will win the AFC East this season.
Last word.
Save the tape.
Here he goes again.
Watch
I'm
it.
really concerned about the chemistry of this team, the coaching of this team.
I have, textural evidence that I had the same thing on the 13th that I shot up to my kids. I said, when they were 5-5, I said, all they got to do is stay within a game because they were like down on the Bills and all the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, but you argued with me when I said I said 2 days before. It's on YouTube. Everyone go look it up. I told you! What did I tell you? I looked at the camera and I told you. Never question me about anything ever again.
Give it to me because it means obviously a lot more to you.
Oh, look at this guy. Doesn't matter now. If I was wrong, you guys would be killing me right now.
We won't hear about it for the next 20 minutes. Trust
20
me.
minutes? How about 5 years, bro?
I bet.
Buckle up.
Well, so things went pretty well last weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, as long as you got 17 on your team. Listen, Josh Allen has saved this, not only team, this organization, this season, and Sean McDermott's job for crying out loud over the last 5 weeks or so. He has put that team on his back.
God.
My God. He hasn't? Are you going to sit here and say he has not? Put that team on his back, Duffy, and put them in the playoffs to where they are right now.
Let me drop some knowledge on you.
Yes or no? Don't give me that.
No, let me drop some knowledge, which has been a theme the last couple of weeks. Drop some knowledge on you. You're right. Josh Allen played out of his mind. Over 420 yards of total offense, out through Tua, outrushed Achane. However, the touchdown that draws them even, a Deontay Hardy punt return. The Miami Dolphins had 218 yards of total offense going into the half. You know what they had in the second half? 57 without Russell Douglas playing corner and with 7th round pick from last season out of Clemson. You know him, you love him. Balen Spector, your 5th linebacker. You know who that guy was? I barely did. I love this team more than anything in the world. They held the Dolphins to 57 yards, and they didn't gain a first down until that final drive on a penalty.
Is that a Dolphins offense without Raheem Mostert, who is the all-time leading rusher for that organization in a season, in a single season? And, oh, by the way, without Waddle, one of their wideout
You want to
threats.
talk injuries? Did you hear me tell you we were down to our 5th linebacker, our 4th corner? No Milano, no White, no Douglas, no Terrell Dotson. And who would have thought at the beginning of the season you would have said, I can't believe we've gone without Terrell Dotson.
You know what? I think it's the hidden reason that the Bills have come on late in the season is the defense, and it's because those guys got hurt early enough for Buffalo to adjust, incorporate the backups, and integrate them into the system, and they found out these guys are a little bit better than we thought.
It's very possible. It's also possible that you two can't see the forest for the trees and are not giving Sean McDermott the credit he deserves.
What?
Because I am now a firm believer, after watching, again, you'll never forget his name for the rest of your life, Balen Spector, ball out. He had 7 defensive snaps until Sunday night, and he went out and balled out.
Is this the Sean McDermott that was praying that call would be made against Kansas City in order to win that game? Is this the same guy who got rid of his defensive coordinator before the start of the season and his offense coordinator during the season?
Leslie Frazier said he walked voluntarily, and it seems like that coordinator thing, although I was skeptical, worked out for him. The bottom line is this. I'm convinced that he could coach me up to be an NFL defensive player.
Goodness.
I have argued this for a while. That system is remarkable. And maybe you could even make an argument that when you have role players that will play the system exactly the way it's designed, I think it's better than with Edmonds. And Edmonds is a far superior athlete than any of the linebackers minus Milano. It's been better this season. The system is unbelievable.
I like the evidence that points to that. I think that's the reasoning for my point where they've had the time to rebuild that defense while everybody else in the league is losing players. Buffalo lost all theirs early, and they've been able to keep pace.
I wish we had kept the other cut earlier on in the year. This is actually the second cut. People don't even realize Matt Milano made the adjustment, obviously, with the defense going forward. That's the same system they had with and without Milano. They were better without him. They were able to adjust in the middle of the season. And now, you don't think they're better with Matt Milano?
No, you said you're better without him. Yes, they're better with Matt Milano.
They got better without him over time.
Yes.
But remember, that's the same system they all had to adjust to.
There are lots of things you can criticize McDermott for. I mean, I'll come out and talk about his big moment decisions in some games in the past. You talk about the ability to win a challenge, which, by the way, he did the other night, slowly pulling up his league history lowest challenge conversion rate. However, the one thing you cannot criticize,
Who has that stat? Nobody has that but him.
Me and Balen Spector. The one thing you cannot criticize.
He could have made it up because who's going to know?
Somebody look it up.
Let's stop
put it on YouTube.
We got picks to make and a game to look forward to. Greg, welcome back from Miami. That was a fun trip.
It was a fantastic trip, and I love the energy. This is playoff TV right now. You gotta love the energy.
Yeah. Sorry, Duffy making up stats. So we've gone 36 games picking, and like we're all separated by just 2 games. Go ahead.
No, I was just
co-leading.
No. You said that we were separated. I don't remember. I didn't see what the standings were.
I don't recall.
You don't That's weird.
Someone's in first place.
All right, take your first swipe at this Pittsburgh game. We're playing 10.5 points.
Yeah, 10.5 points. Number one, the projections for weather in Buffalo on Sunday could be absolutely horrific. It could be reminiscent of the Colts game from several years ago. The Bills are going to win, but the Bills are going to win 14-10. So I'm taking the Steelers in the 10.5 points.
All right, well, I'll give it. I agree. I think 10.5 is a little too much. Tomlin's too good a coach to let his team get rolled over. What do you think, Tariq?
I think, listen, I never bet against Mike Tomlin, but look at the obstacle he faces. No TJ Watt. He's down to his 3rd starting quarterback this season. I know a lot of people are like, well, give Mason Rudolph a chance. I mean, for crying out loud. I don't know how he goes in there unless they punch Buffalo in the mouth early and often and win this game. It's so much against them, but I'm still picking Pittsburgh.
Okay. Whoa, we got there. So you got a stat. I
got multiple
I just wanted his head to explode.
No, this is great. So let's again take a further lead. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the most fraudulent playoff team maybe in the history of the league. They have the 21st ranked defense in the NFL. That was before they lost TJ Watt. They have the 25th ranked offense in the NFL. And here's a fun fact. Mason Rudolph in his 3-game win streak has yet to throw a pick. The Bills have 5 interceptions in the last 2 games. It's come due. The Bills win and they cover the 10.5.
Whoa! Cover the 10.5.
Wah.
My goodness.
Yeah, and it puts them in position.
I know.
I'm feeling it, baby.
This is a serious competition.